G'day guys, welcome back to Arthur's videos. Guys, have I got another doozy for you guys? My brain just stopped, basically my brain has stopped. Alright, you know what it is, you know the description down the bottom is, it's not a poker machine for you guys, okay, lucky yous. I thought I'd shoot this video just to change the space, but before I waffle on, I need to get a yumcha in there. There it is there. There's a bit of drink from the last video. I'm doing 2 in 1 day here today. There's my JMO bottle. There it is there. It's going down. Okay, I'm going to pour it in. It's getting the afternoon coming in. I've had a good run. Guys, cheers. Okay. This guy gave me this board because he had this. It's called S.C.I. Okay, Special Criminal Investigation. It's a continuation of the Chase HQ series, basically. The original one was called Top Speed. Chase HQ came out. Then this guy came out, and after that was Chase HQ 2 or whatever it is. There's a few sequences that came out on this Taito platform. So he gave me the board. There it is there. That's what it looks like. Okay. There it is there. Check it out. There it is there. Okay. I'm going to hold the plug here. See there? I had to change this plug because what he did is someone did a butcher job on the plug. That's the speakers. And I changed the plug on the board. Basically, I changed it there. So I've got the housing so I could fix it up when I go see him in his machine there. There it is there. Okay. It's all right. It's nothing special. Okay, at least it's a 2-layer board. Okay, there it is. There, it's pretty clean. That's the video. That's your video, and that's your power. Typical Taito system. Basically, there it is. There, as I'm holding it. But like every other game board, it's got its heebie-jeebies and that. This one here, if you have a look. It's running 268,000 and a Z80, which is over here. Okay, the Z80 for the audio. It couldn't be any worse than that bloody outrun. I've got an outrun over there. It's fucking giving me the shits, mate. It is. When you try to go forwards and you end up going backwards, then you go forwards and you're going backwards because everything else is, one after the other is dying. I'm having a sook. Okay? And that. What happened was, so he gave me this board to fix. So after playing around with the outrun board, which is, I'll make a video of that, mate. I'm not copying into the cool little big time with this board. Every time I'm going, mate, I'll talk on it when I make a video. So what happens is, they're running, like I said, the 68,000 is similar to the outrun, you know what I mean? So one's doing your program, one's doing your roads. So they're all together interlocking. It's not bad. But at least with this Taito board, you can work underneath it as well to check underneath the chips, basically, if you want. The other one, it's sandwiched together, and you can't work from underneath, okay? I'm trying to work underneath, but this was pretty straightforward because it had a few issues in that, basically. But the thing is, I've got the old saying, there's not only one, there's always two. Okay, so what happened when he gave me this, I said, bloody excellent. I'll be able to fix my one. So here, this is my one. Okay, I got this one here from a time zone about 26 years ago when they were clearing up their shit up in Sydney. I got this and a few other games. I got some WGPs at the moment. I got 3 of them. I just fixed them up just not long ago. That's why I fixed one. I got a problem with the bottom board. But since I got my head around the outrun, these are easy to fix, basically. Basically, you got to get the idea how the board works. Basically, if you haven't got that idea, you won't move on, basically. But as I said to you, you've got to, if you want to learn how to fix boards, you've got to start with the basics. And when this guy rang me up about his, I said, mate, when you have a good day, you had a good day. I had a good day because I fixed my board, I fixed his at the same time. So it was a colorbunga, okay, of a day. But the thing is, you got to get, like I said, I got my head around the outrun system, how it works. so you can figure it out, basically. But as I said, I'll try to explain to him. But at least there's like you could check your ROMs. You know, lucky for main, you could check your ROMs because you need to check that out. Then you can work backwards, basically, in this board. But back to these Taito boards and all the others, if you don't have a good soldering station, mate, you ain't going to fix them. Because these are 4-layer boards, especially when the ground and the VCC, when you're trying to desolder them. You know, you can't because it's so much of the ground plane and the VCC, the heat dissipation. Even with my bloody Heiko, I still have trouble trying to desolder them. You know what I mean? As I said, so I don't cut them out then suck them out. I like to desolder them, check them out to work out where my faults are. Yeah, basically, I'm not shotgunning it. Basically, so like I said, you're gonna try. You know, get this stuff going. Like I keep saying to you, you know what I mean? And it's a sought after game. You know, but it's not like you could find heaps of these. These were dedicated driving games back in its day. But my one here, as I said to you, it was in good nick. You know what I mean? Like I said, it was in good nick. It was in a box. And like I said to all my other videos, I never did video games. I was a dedicated guy. I used to fix dedicated equipment, you know, pennies and arcade machines, monitors, mainly monitors and power supplies. But boards, no one wanted to fix them because they were, back in those days, once it died, you threw it in the box and you just left it. But have a look how things have turned around on me, you know. So I'm spending time fixing these boards, but that feeling in your stomach when you get it going, oh, you can't buy that, man. You can't buy it because you've figured out the problem and you solved it. It's like a Shiguku problem, but it's a bit harder, basically, you know, because there's no answers at the end. But one thing I'm going to tell you, I don't know how many in the arses and that, I've had some real doozies of problems lately, basically, with certain boards. I'll talk about that in my outrun mod. I might do the outrun after this one. I might shoot 3 videos today. But what gets me is, don't assume, you know, with what you work on and it goes, yeah, it's working in my testers, whatever testers you've got, it means shit, you know what I mean? Because I copped it in the friggin' outrun, okay? So, like I said, I'm going to sign off. I'll do the outrun next. All right, guys, the old saying of mine is, you know, pinball machines, video games, and poker machines, and and Dr. Love. There's Dr. Love, okay? Dr. Love, not the sex reaction machine. Guys, thanks for watching this video. Cheers.